had some of this stuff sitting around for a while before I even decided to purchase the Volvo. But I have here a forward 8.8 rear end from a 96 Mustang GT. It's a stock posi. It's got 373 gears, disc brakes. I've had this unit for about 10, 12 years. I was going to put it under the back of my Toyota. I have a little 86 Toyota I'm wanting to build a rat rod out of. And I thought I could use this under the Volvo, but it's a 28 spline, and it's probably a waste of my time to even use this one for that, even though it's got equal length axle tubes, and it may fit under there pretty well. I'm just going to go and find a 31 spline. Now, this was another project. This is a 4L80 out of a 07 2500 classic truck. We'll be using this inside of the Volvo 240 for sure. I may have to freshen up one or two little things, but it definitely is clean on the inside, so it should be ready to go. Today we're going to make a little trip to the junkyard. I came by here Saturday. I was down on the coast, so I live in South Mississippi. Down near Gulfport, there's a really good U-Pull-It junkyard, and they tend to have some really good prices on stuff. So this one is Barry's U-Pull-It. Let's see if I can flip this camera around real quick. Maybe not. Anyways, let's see. Yeah, okay. Anyhow, when I swung by here Saturday morning, I saw that they had a Volvo 245 sitting in here, which is pretty rare for this junkyard. I have seen some Volvos in here before. They had like a 9 series car sitting in here also, which that doesn't benefit me any, but they did have some trim pieces, some interior pieces I needed off the 245. I noticed whenever I was pulling the interior that both the plates, buckets, whatever you want to call it, that hold the front seat belt assemblies against the B-pillars, completely rotted out on the bottom. I'll need those. One of the brackets for the driver's seat, completely rotted out. I'll need that as well. Exterior trim where the car got hit, I'll take that also. Headlights look pretty good on this car. I might get those as well. So we'll go inside, take a look, see if it's here, see if there's any more goodies. I might kind of scrounge around, look at some forward 8.8 Explorer rear ends, see if anything. And Chevy department has showed up. The other day they had about a dozen 4853 blocks sitting in here. No luck finding 6.0 stuff or 4L80s. We'll take a look around. They also have another location about an hour away in Theodore, Alabama. I'm going to shoot over there real quick too before the rain gets here and see if they got anything good as well. All right, so here's the 245 I was telling you guys about. It looks pretty complete. Front end doesn't look too bad. I really wish it had the tan interior, but can't be too picky on this. Let's see. I think I should be able to get to both seatbelt buckets down there, rob those out. I looked under this car the other day. Man, the floor pan looks perfect in it. I wish I could take the whole thing. Unfortunately, they will not let me bring in a saw, cut out the floor pans, or buy the whole car from them for some reason. So I'll just pick whatever parts I can get. There was a doggy gate in here. I don't know what happened to it. I guess somebody grabbed it. We've robbed the seat bracket, seat belt bucket, the other side seat belt bucket. You can't really see from here. Noticed a few subtle differences about this car. This is I think a 92. Yeah, let's see. Mine's an 87. Dun, 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 dun. Yes, 92. Mine has an antenna here. This one has the antenna on the rear. Also notice the rear squirter is on the top. Mine's on the side. But I think everything else is pretty much a bolts-on replacement. Oh, robbed that lens. Don't need nothing under there. Getting rid of all that anyways. These trim pieces on mine are rotted, but they are on this one also, so it does me no good. So I have the large dent here. This trim piece is missing. I still have the bumper. So, just like the front pieces, they just kind of pop off. Yeah. Today cost me about 28 bucks. I got rear wiper arm, which I didn't have, extra lens, lower valence, both seatbelt buckets, seat bracket, trim piece. Alright, so we're at the second Barry's U-Pull-It location. This one's in Theodore, Alabama. We're going to take a look in here, see if they got any Volvo goodies. And if they do, well, you'll see it. Alright, so I just walked into the import area, and the first Volvo I found, luckily, has the tan interior. So, as dingy and nasty as that door panel looks, I kind of need it. Even though I'm not going to use this portion here, we're going to hope that it still works with the manual windows. I'll have to cut a hole for the crank. And you know what, this panel may not work at all, but we're going to try it out and see. And then I'm going to look at this car and see what else I can rob off of it. Yeah, it looks a little, looks a little rough in here. Alright, so in addition to robbing that seriously nasty door panel, I mean really, look at the underside of this thing. All the cardboard or whatever is gone. I'm going to have to clean all that nasty crap off. I did rob the rearview mirror because I remembered mine didn't have one. And I've noticed all the 240s I've seen so far, the center console piece is either busted, destroyed, or really hard to get, and they're about $100 to $130 on Amazon. But I didn't realize you could get an armrest with them too. So I went ahead and bolted that. And even if I don't use the console, I can use this armrest. It up with a little trim piece, mirror, armrest, door panel for $11. Alright guys, it's been a few days since I made a trip to the junkyard. I haven't had any chance to work on the car. I had to make a trip and go out of town to Birmingham, Alabama. Anyways, so I'm probably not going to get to work on the car anymore until next month. So what I will be doing is practicing on some of my sheet metal welding and techniques, because I am a novice welder and all of my floor pan work will be completely from an amateur. So just kind of revisit some of the floor pan issues, and they're pretty bad. You can see this floor pan here looks pretty rough. I really need to get the rest of the deadener up to be able to see just how much is rotted away, but it doesn't take much to figure it out. It's pretty bad. Anyways, while I was under the car pulling the transmission, on this side of the tunnel, I was picking away and chipping away at some stuff. All the corners look bad. Over there, over here, there's the pan for this corner. Alright, so while I was at the junkyard, the 245, the blue one at the first junkyard we went to, I did ask again, and I think I was talking to the junkyard manager or owner, but he did say I could cut that entire pan out of that car for about 60 bucks. Now, yeah, I have to go in there, I have to bring a sawzall, I have to strip the interior, I have to cut the pan out, and hopefully cut everything that I need out and not cut it too narrow or too small, and make sure I get include all the corners and the bad spots. So this one pan was 41 bucks shipped. I got a little bit of a discount code with it. But say I did buy all 4 pans, you're looking at 4 pans at about the same price, so about $164 for the 4 pans. And then on top of that, I have to repair the tunnel, which I'm pretty sure that pan doesn't reach to that full tunnel. And then I have to repair the damage to the rocker right there, which is pretty significant. Same rocker on the top side. What else? Okay, yeah. So that pan only comes to, I believe, about right here. That pan, I think, only comes to this side. There's damage underneath here. So there was some spots up underneath there that I could see through that I'm going to have to do work on as well. So, if you have removed an entire pan from a car, you know, shoot me a comment, kind of give me an idea on if that's really the way to go. Because if I do cut the whole pan, I do get everything, assuming everything's good and I didn't miss anything on that pan. I didn't see any rust on either of those cars. Obviously, I'd want the one from the wagon. If not, I will be buying probably $250 worth of patch panels and repair panels, which is all going to be new metal, versus rolling the dice with a $60 panel and having to do the work to get it out. Hey, so I appreciate you watching the video. There will be more videos to come. I anticipate to do one video per month, roughly. That's my goal. I am recording this on a Game Boy Color. No, really, it's a cell phone. So I'm about to order a real camera to do some real videos, do some real editing, improve the channel, improve the video quality, improve the content. This is kind of a rough draft, first run-of-the-mill type thing. If you would, subscribe if you want to keep up with the builds. I should be releasing, like I said, about one video a month. We'll kind of see how it goes. So thanks for watching.